Here is the thing about perception. The faster you form it, the more easily it breaks. Like the shifting clouds over the mountains of Kalimpong, my thoughts shifted all throughout the day. And at the end of the night, when I sat down to write those, I realized how fast it takes me to form an opinion. So, today's video is a podcast of my thoughts. Our day began with a rather bumpy start. Our car was missing. But after a lot of jugaad by our efficient driver, we were finally on our way to the twisted and perilous road to Samthar. We reached our homestay and our host was standing there with a wide smile. The kitchen was set with the best of posto and Bengali cuisine. But somehow none of us were happy with the place. This was not what we had imagined. The sweet words of our host, let's call him Ujanda, was not enough to convince us to stay here another night. We gobbled up the lunch because we were really hungry and it was very tasty, and then headed to our rooms. And this is where I met Raina. Raina had one of the most kindest smiles I have seen, and there was something about her that I took an instant liking towards her. We had a light-hearted talk as she cleaned our room, and then I started getting ready for the day out. And when I thought nothing could go wrong, there started a ruckus on the road. The entire village was there and there was so much of screaming and shouting. I haven't heard so many bad words in a single sentence before. By the afternoon, I thought I needed a little bit of extra magic in today's day. So, I put on my favorite Harry Potter t-shirt and my yellow Hufflepuff socks. And there, Lumos, my day just got brighter. After another round of twists and turns and curves, we reached the only viewpoint in this entire place. And it was a cloudy day. There was no view. So we settled down in a shop, ate momos, coffee, and talked about how tomorrow is going to be the day we explore. Change of plans, and there we are in Darjeeling tomorrow. In the meantime, while everybody talked, I took my camera and walked away in search of magic. You know, there is this thing, once you start enjoying your own company, there is no going back. And so there I was, standing amidst the hill, facing the clouds, listening to a bird's call that I have never heard before. And my camera recording a time lapse like the opening sequence of Hogwarts. It did feel like magic. The setting sun refreshed me to the core. This was why I had come to the hills. Seek us where our voices sound. We cannot sing above the ground, and hour long you'll have to recover what we took. After a quick search of where did Neha go, we headed back to the homestay. And as the day changed to night, it was time for my perceptions to change. After sunset, like an owl, I saw things more clearer. Our most efficient driver became the Matal driver and created a huge ruckus which I had to sort patiently. Ujanda became the most interesting person I ever knew. So he was a writer in Bengali TV serials, and then after a major accident he decided that I'm going to stay in the hills. He started enjoying the calm of this place. The most interesting part is that he is a writer who became a scientist. This is his greenhouse or lab where he experiments with the germination rates of different flowering plants, especially the exotic ones. The more I interacted with him, the more I wanted to know about his journey, and greater my respect grew. The afternoon ruckus became clearer to me. It was about Raina. Raina was a victim of domestic violence. The man screaming in the afternoon was her husband. He wanted to take her away and again put her in the entire cycle of abuse that she had escaped. Ujanda was the one protecting her, standing by her against the entire village. Ujanda was an outsider to this place. To stand by what's right, to stand by Raina, he had to risk a lot of things. As I got to know her story, I looked at Raina standing in the kitchen, making us rotis happily with her brother. My heart was filled with how I was complaining about my holiday in front of her, and here she was facing a threat to her life and dignity, fighting the society and building a life for herself and her siblings. It's been a while now that I have been sitting on this balcony, watching this view and writing all these thoughts. It's been hours, I think. The flickering lights of the faraway city is now snuggled in a blanket of clouds. Or maybe all the lights have fallen asleep. I wrote down about this day because I wanted to remember how my perceptions changed throughout the day. Every person is a story, and like the saying goes, judging a book by its cover is never right. So, here is a thing about perceptions. They evolve and they change. Take time to read the story. আপাতত আমার গল্পটি পুরোলো, নৈতিক গাছটি মুড়োলো।